моих братьев, благослови наши руки. Мы в поисках больших денег, мы в деле круглые сутки. Благослови
Pimped Out Radio Show, man, they everywhere.
Благослови моих братьев, благослови моих братьев, благослови наши руки. Мы в поисках больших денег, мы в деле круглые сутки. Благослови моих братьев, благослови моих братьев. Я скрутил себе потолще, я выдыхаю
The best jam I have ever eaten.
Oh, wow.
I have that as a testimonial.
И не играй со мной свою роль. Со мной молодые братья. Мы возьмем котлеты наличных себе на завтрак. Сегодня-завтра, неважно как я. You, эй, yeah. Благослови моих братьев, благослови наши руки, мы в поисках.
Hey y'all, we're tuning in for another episode of Pimped Out Radio Show. I'm your host Andreas, and I have here to my left, to y'all's right, Miss Lena Shields. Can I say that right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, sometimes people chopping up people's names or whatever, just throwing them out there. Okay, so you're originally from the is it Oklahoma City or?
Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Muskogee, Oklahoma. Like, where's that in relation to?
Are you familiar with Tulsa?
Tulsa?
It's kind of south, maybe like 30 minutes from Tulsa.
Okay. Is that a big city, small city?
It's a big city, but it's kind of smaller from Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, of course, is bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize
It's
how big Oklahoma City was until like I was looking at the data.
Yeah,
like I've never been there, but like, you know, of course the thunder and just I didn't realize that many people lived there.
It's big.
Yeah.
Diverse.
I imagine. So I was scrolling through Instagram and I found your profile, and I saw that I think it was the vending machines that you have, where it's wigs. I think you have nails in there, eyelashes, and I'm sure a few other things.
Yeah.
So let's take it back. And I also saw that with the other interview that you did, that you model. So let our audience know, like, you know, what got you started on a path of like modeling, and then what got you on a path of opening the vending machine, like, what do you call it?
Beauty vending machine.
Beauty vending machine business.
Okay. So for starters, entrepreneurship has always like been in me. I would say definitely probably summer of 2020, you know, when the pandemic hit, everything kind of got slow. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna try something. Growing up, people always told me, you know, you should model, because I was so small, petite, still kind of small, petite, but you know, you should get into modeling and acting. I'm just like, you know, I may try it one day.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the pandemic hit, you know, things got slow. I was like, well, let me just try something out. So I started applying to agencies. I applied to a few in Atlanta, you know, just trying something. Didn't have any professional pictures, anything like that. Just submitted like regular photos. And within a week, I received the email back. And I kind of like, okay, well, this might be telling me something. Let me get a little serious here. So from that, I kind of started taking modeling a little serious. I started getting my first couple of gigs. And, you know, it's always cool to, you know, get casted for something. You get to network. It's all about the experience and what you can learn, take you to the next level. But for me, it was always like, okay, what's next for me? Like, I didn't want to keep, you know, doing the same thing over and over. Like, at the time, I was doing music videos. I was doing brand shoots, just, you know, all type of different things. But it was just like, okay, what do I need to do to set myself up to where I'm in a position where so I was just like, you know, around the time COVID hit, everybody was trying to be entrepreneurs, so everybody was coming out with all these different things.
It did that for a lot of people.
Me, I wanted to be different in a sense, because I still wanted to model and do all the other things that I was doing, so I didn't want to take the time away from that and put into like selling this or selling that. So I just came up with an innovative way to, you know, still be able to sell beauty products to where I'm not necessarily there. So I thought of a beauty vending machine. Actually, I saw the concept in a mall in Atlanta. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Rashida. She has it's not necessarily her machine, but she's the face of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this is a really cool concept. But she has just hair. So I was just like, okay. So I first saw it, I thought on it, and I was just like, I want to do something like this, but I want to switch it up because not everyone wear hair. So I want to kind of make it to like a beauty, like a one-stop beauty. And I just kind of, I did my research, of course, looked for locations, and it kind of just went from there. And I knew it would be the perfect spot in Middle Georgia, simply because they've never seen anything like it. So it was just like, yeah, this is going to really be big. And I was the first one in the area, so yeah, it got like a lot of attention.
Okay, so can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Then? And
I hope I didn't get off track.
No. I love the story. So, what did you know about the Middle Georgia area prior to picking it as far as location? Like,
Middle Georgia. Well, I'm not too fond of the Middle Georgia area. I do have land. My grandmother retired years ago and bought so many acres. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with Butler, Georgia. So she retired, moved to Butler, Georgia, and bought acres. Lots of acres, and gave all her kids and grandkids, some acres. And so that kind of brought me to the Middle Georgia area in a sense. Butler's kind of considered Middle Georgia.
That's still 478 area code.
Yeah, and also I went to school at Fort Valley State, so
okay.
I kind of, I don't just be out and about, but okay.
Still alone.
I thought that was the hobby. I was just saying,
yeah.
I saw the colors.
These are the right colors. This is the right.
It's the right color, but
the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right school. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. But yeah, so I went to Fort Valley. I got some land in Butler. Macon area, not too fond of Macon. But Warner Robins, maybe Fort Valley. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with those two cities.
So what you don't like about Macon?
Nothing. I'm not. I mean, it's nothing here in Macon for me, honestly. So it's just.
Well, no, I got it because you're coming from places where it might seem a little backwards or something like that. Or like traveling back in time.
Yeah. I'm not saying that about Macon, but
No. I'm originally not from Macon, so I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, and I went to school at Fort Valley.
You know what? I was born in Dyersburg, Tennessee. That's
really?
Crazy. Yeah. I was born in Dyersburg, Tennessee. My little brother, he's a year younger than me. He was born in Humboldt, Tennessee. And all my older siblings. I'm getting off topic, but all my older siblings are from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I done been all over.
Well, so you seem very well traveled and versed. That's the persona I get from you. So, started vending machine business. How did your network of people? Because you express your ideas to folks. You know what I'm saying. You tell your inner circle things about you about to do.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I really don't. I'm a one person. Like I do everything alone. I do everything by myself. I'm really like, well, my grandmother has had several businesses in the past. But as far as like my friend circle, all my friends, I go to my friends about an idea, but it's kind of like, you don't want to take your ideas to someone else because then it'll change your whole perspective on like the idea. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So, because not everyone can see what's meant for you. So if you have an idea and then you go take it to someone and you're like, I don't think you should do that. And I'm just like, no, I know this is going to work. Everybody can't see that. So, here lately, I've just been keeping everything to myself for the most part. I might have one or two people that I go to and talk to, but even if they do, but they give me good advice or not, I still go with what I want.
So you don't have like a circle of entrepreneurial?
Oh no, I do. Okay, so that's what you're getting at. Yeah, I do. And most of them are kind of like in the Atlanta area, more so. But even still with that, like you gotta keep conversations to a minimum, But no, definitely networking. And how I came across most of my entrepreneur friends now is basically movie sets. I'm getting into acting as well, modeling, because most people in the modeling or acting industry are already kind of like their own self-made boss, whether it's photography, whatever, So networking with those people, individuals, getting feedback from them, being in projects that they worked on, vice versa, collaborating on different projects. And it don't even necessarily got to be just film. I mean, you might have someone who's just like on set one day and you know is not in the film industry for real, but might do hair, you know. So.
Okay, so with your vending machine business, and like I'm going to dive into other stuff as well too, because I definitely got questions for that. Why make yourself like the brand of it as well, when you could just like put it out there under like, you know, a logo or a name without using your image?
That's what sets me apart from everybody else. Definitely branding myself, just becoming my own. I know I want to be my own boss. Well, I knew at the time, like, I'm going to be my own boss. So why not brand? Why brand someone else? Because I've seen other machines where they have like other people in their machines or whatever. So why brand someone else, or why brand something else when you could brand your own stuff? You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely get it.
Yeah. So
you know, I think that comes with like, you know, unintended, could be consequences, whatever.
Yeah.
So like if you're out there, like say if you do something and you're emotional about a situation and it's made publicly,
right,
and people don't understand the context of it, and then they were like, oh well, we're not gonna support that or whatever. You know, she owns this particular, you know, vending machine business, or you know, the beauty vending machine business, whatever, so we're not gonna support it anymore.
right.
So I definitely get it. Like I branded myself, not myself, whatever, with the platform or whatever. So I definitely get where you're coming from with that.
Right.
Though. Logistically, are you like filling the machines yourself, because you got one?
I do everything myself.
So you go from because you got one in Oklahoma too, right?
I had one in Oklahoma. So so my locations were here, not here in Macon. One around my
Centerville
location.
or whatever.
Yeah, Centerville is still there.
Yeah.
I had one in Jersey and Oklahoma. Oklahoma was kind of like a last minute choice. It was supposed to originally go to Mississippi. Things happened, and I had to kind of the leasing manager at with Club Springs Mall had already reached out to me prior, like 6 months prior, and so that location was already kind of like available. Plus, you know, I'm from Oklahoma, and I had, you know, people I went to school with and stuff there, so I was just like, you know what, let me just give it a try. But yeah, what was your question? I'm sorry. I don't know.
Well, actually, logistically, how is that working out? Like you said,
oh well, yeah, for me, yeah. So I was going. So when I launched my machine in Jersey and Oklahoma, it's kind of like I got the machines delivered there. I, you know, flew there, had all my product with me, like in a big suitcase, stocked it fully, and then I would probably go like once or twice a month, refill it, you know, make sure everything is good. But I could literally see everything on my phone.
Yeah. So
like I see what's being sold at what price, you know, things like that. So
yeah, not like how the ones I saw where people were interacting with it was on a digital screen where they can just go through and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And pick the choices, whatever. It's not like your regular like vending machine type setup.
Well, are you saying it's not, or it is?
No, it doesn't look like the typical vending machine, you know, interaction. I'm like, most of the vending machines I've encountered are not like digital.
Oh,
and then they don't have like the branding at the bottom.
Well, see, with beauty, you gotta have like, I mean, now I've seen some beauty vending machines, you know, some other vending machines, and it has beauty products in there. But you know, you always want to separate yourself from, you know, your competitors, right? So with me, I definitely want something very high tech, something you know, customers could engage in. You know what I'm saying? And just give them like a variety of choices, and that way you're able to tap on it. It gives them like a description, and I think it's just very unique and innovative. It makes customers like, okay, you know, really want to come back.
So what do you do as far as like, you know, pushing the business? Are you pushing it, I guess, via your social media, either letting people know about it, or you just you're picking I'm sure you're picking high traffic locations where people see it, interact with it.
Definitely. So malls and outlets. But I'm definitely in the process now. I don't really want to say on camera, but I'm definitely in the process now of switching them. Well, I'm probably gonna leave them one here in Galleria. Probably gonna leave that one there. Maybe another year or two, probably, maybe less than that. But I'm looking for 24-hour locations. Well, not looking. I already kind of have two. Kind of like in negotiation stage, I would say. So yeah, I'm trying to, you know, maneuver from the outlets, the malls outlets, and getting like, you know,
we're 24 hours,
yeah,
24-hour traffic,
right,
and, increasing sales and all that, yeah.
So you can really be, you know, making money while you sleep.
Exactly. So, where's well, actually, let's go here. how do you balance between, you know, movie sets, modeling, acting, and all that, and then also balancing, you know, the beauty vending machine business? Because I'm sure, you know, it's more than just sticking a machine in a location. There's a lot of administrative stuff behind that process.
Well, with the beauty vending machines, I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, in a sense, it's just there. It just makes money. Now, the part where I come in, the part is, you know, filling it, and of course, just marketing the products that's going into the machine, whether it's hair, or whether it's me wearing a hair, or me getting models to wear the hair. So I would say the most time-consuming part is, you know, just marketing the products that will definitely be sold in the machine. As far as that, I don't really have, I mean, any troubles with the machine. Now, as far as balancing everything else, it's definitely difficult. Like right now, I'm running off no sleep, literally. We wrapped, I mean, well, not last night, but it was kind of like yesterday evening, I would say, late yesterday evening. We just wrapped a movie called Hood Riches. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing wrong. And so we had like a wrap party at this club, and I didn't get home until like maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's been a long 2 weeks, honestly. With just, you know, working with the film, you know, working on that production. But I also do, like, I just opened up a med care business as well too, like my own health med business. Pretty much what we're doing, like diagnostic testing, and I'm also going to switch lanes and get into DME, which is durable medical equipment. So yeah, I have a lot that and for the most part, I do everything like alone or by myself. Well, I mean, I'm building a team slowly, but that takes time too, because you don't want to just put anybody on your team. And you know, that's when things kind of go left. So far, I'm working with a young lady now who I definitely trust. I've been working with her for the last, probably all year, maybe since January, February. So I'm building a team, slowly but surely. But that, I feel like that takes time. You don't want to just throw anybody on there. But it's definitely hard. It's hard trying to balance a lot, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Do you enjoy being an entrepreneur?
I do, because I get to do pretty much like I'm not gonna say what I want, but in a sense,
your interest in like you wake up,
come and go,
exactly, and then all the work that you put into what you're doing comes back to you, as opposed to going to someone else.
So it's like whatever I'm getting, I get to choose if I want to invest it into this or that, or if I want to just go spend it, or, you know. So entrepreneurship is not easy. It's definitely hard, but if it's in you, it's in you. So it's not too complicated, you know. With me, I'm just the type of person, like I love challenges. You know, I love being able to multitask, have a lot going on pretty much. So me personally, I wouldn't feel right if I just focused on glam queen, like the beauty vending machines. I would have to have something else going on.
Yeah, I'm like that. Like I have 7 businesses.
Right. So that's what keeps me, honestly, having a lot going on keeps me balanced. Like it really does. Yeah.
And I have to balance that with all my kids and wife and family and all that. So it's even it's hilarious. But I definitely love when people go on to the entrepreneurship journey, and you can tell that, you know, I can tell that you're really passionate about what you do, and the fact that you're serious about what you do by the approach that you take. You know, there are some people who just jump out there like, oh, I'm gonna just make money or whatever, be an entrepreneur, and they don't really, you know.
You can't just jump into a hustle and expect it to pop. Like,
yes.
You can't do that.
I definitely agree with that. So, what was like? Okay, so do you feel like you're taking serious as, you know, a minority entrepreneur, or, you know, a woman entrepreneur?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, no, because I do look extremely young. So, you know, people look and, you know, I get that, like, okay, until I open my mouth and it's like, oh, okay, she you know, she knows something, you know. So I get that a lot, where people kind of like look and judge just based on like my appearance and you looking so young and small and petite, and then it's like when I open my mouth and have a conversation, it's different. So I see that a lot. It's not too, I mean, I'm used to it now, but I know how to deal with it. But for the most part, that's kind of really like the only thing that can be a bother at times, because it's just like, But for the most part, everybody, like family,
Mhm.
definitely my family is very supportive when it comes to my businesses and everything I'm trying to do.
Mhm.
They're very supportive.
Mhm.
My friends, my line sisters,
Mhm.
definitely. It's just, people that you come in contact with, you might be out networking and then they see you and they have a conversation and it's like, oh, it's different now, so that's the challenge. But
How do you like, doing interviews and stuff like that?
interviews is cool. I'm, trying to get better at, booking more interviews. Honestly, it's just finding the time. Honestly,
Yeah.
finding the time. It really is like honestly finding the time.
Mhm.
Like even today, like with so much, so I'm going to a movie premiere later this evening, and then we have like a part 2 rap party.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely like a lot going on today, and I was just like, I wasn't even sure if I was going to even be able to squeeze in it. I was like, yeah, I can do it. So yeah, I came all the way from Atlanta, and but
appreciate that.
I like it though. I like being able to just be in emotion. I love it.
So if there's one thing you would be able to change about the vending beauty business or the entertainment business, what would it be?
With the beauty, I can't think of nothing honestly with the beauty. Maybe when it comes to, because I have a set target audience.
Mhm.
But if I was trying to reach maybe a different audience, maybe branding it kind of different in a sense, if that makes
Mhm.
So even like when I put my machine in Quail Springs Mall in Oklahoma, of course they liked the machine or whatever, but it was kind of like Oklahoma's more of a diverse area, so it was just if I could have designed a newer machine and put in that location, maybe to so yeah, if I had to change anything about the beauty vending machines, it would be to probably brand it maybe a little bit different based on the audience that I am trying to attract.
So what about entertainment?
Entertainment, I'm slowly still trying to get my foot in the door. I've been, in and out doing modeling and, little gigs since 2020, since summer 2020. And I say now I'm like just now, taking it more serious. Like before I was kind of giving it 10% and, giving my business, so I was doing all these different things, but now I'm really locked in and really trying to focus and be consistent and give it a lot more time and see, just see where it takes me. If it was one thing I had to change, it was just, I wouldn't honestly change anything because I feel like I'm here. So it's just like, if I was to change anything, where would, I just continue to be myself, honestly. Continue to be myself.
What advice would you give to new entrepreneurs?
To be consistent. To definitely be consistent, because a lot of times with business, everyone's not going to like your idea. Everyone's not going to like what it is that you're trying to do, or might not see the vision. And just because you might go to a place and you're trying to propose this here and they like, oh, we don't want it. And then a lot of people, they just give up. Like, dang, well, okay, maybe this is just not for me. No, you stay consistent and maybe go to another place or go somewhere else. And that's kind of like what I had to do when it came to like a lot of locations. Like, got the first no, that did not stop me. I called so many different malls. Like, it was time consuming, definitely, but I didn't mind it. I made sure I got into a location. But yeah, definitely stay consistent, because a lot of times you're going to get a lot of no's. But that does not mean you don't have a great idea. That doesn't mean you're not going to you're not going to be successful. Just stay consistent. Like, whatever you got to do, just stay consistent. Be dedicated and true to your vision.
So you feel like you're going to be an entrepreneur for the rest of your life?
Definitely. I can't really, I'm not going to say I can't. Never say you can't. But I'm so, and I don't want to use the word comfortable, because I don't like getting myself too comfortable, but I just the way I've been moving these last few years, I love it. So I couldn't really see myself going back. You know, it's just it's only up from here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really don't know how to answer that question. I mean, you really don't know what the future may hold. But I know for me, like I have so much, you know, so much in store, so much in plans, so much in store.
Yeah.
So much.
So many ideas have just been firing
so
out
many
since
plans.
you've been on this journey.
Yeah. So
you're diving into a lot of different stuff now.
Yeah, but I think my thing is balance. Like I was the type of person that was trying to do like work on all 6 businesses, 5 businesses at once. So balance is definitely important. I think for me, with my Medicare business, I have like people in position in place to where I don't have to necessarily be there, and I can still like get what needs to be done, still make money, and you know, focus on acting or modeling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a year or 2 ago, it was a struggle getting here now. And I still got a lot more work to do. It's not easy.
Have you gotten to the point to where someone has came up to you and said, because they've seen your transition and what you've been able to accomplish, that you inspired them to go?
Absolutely. I just had someone the other day, shout out to Liana Thomas. She put a post on Facebook, and you know, I read it, and I just, you know, I commented, I was just like, I can't recall what I said exactly, but just basically telling her to, you know, stay consistent. It's going to definitely get hard. Entrepreneurship, it's going to be times when you're broke, depressed, you know, really just want to give up, but don't, you know, because that's when you see the breakthrough, you know. Just basically telling her to stay consistent, and she basically commented back, and she's like, you know, thank you, and I'm actually one of the persons that she looks up to, and it's not just her, but like I get so many messages, and honestly, messages like those, or having conversations like those with people that I do know, or maybe not even know, it's kind of like, it's motivation. It really is. It keeps me going, just to see that, dang, I'm really like inspiring this person, like I'm really motivating this person. So okay, yeah, I'm doing something right. And a lot of times I'm doing something, I'm not necessarily doing it to please others or to, you know, I'm doing it because this is what I want to do, this is what I know, this is meant for me. And then like you have people behind you that's like, really, that's dope, you know, I want to do that.
That's what's up. So have you missed anything, or is there anything that you wanted to say? And
no, not necessarily.
So okay, so let everybody know how can they support, where they need to go to follow, all that good stuff.
You guys can definitely follow me on Instagram at Lena So Blessed _ that's LenaSoblessed _ Facebook Lena Shields. Once you go to my pages, you will find my business pages. I don't want to sit here and name them all, but yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all go and y'all support Lena, and on social media, if you're in the area, support the vending machine business, all the other stuff you heard, you see her in the movies and all that. Support. And if y'all have not, y'all go ahead and download the Make That Radio Show out.
Молодые братья, мы возьмем котлеты наличных себе на завтрак. Сегодня, завтра, неважно как я. You, hey.